Hi, I'm Madhuri Susarla, and thank you both for taking out the time to be here with me. So, could you please talk a bit about yourself, who you are and what you do?
So I'm Nicolas Teyarda. I'm leading the AWS practice globally for Eviden. And just a few words about Eviden. Eviden is a GSI, cloud native GSI, who's been awarded yesterday Partner of the Year for Americas. And we've just announced that we signed a new strategic collaboration agreement. And basically, Eviden is focused on transforming the cloud journey of our customer, cloud native journey to our customer, focusing on modernizing application, securing things at scale, being one of the cybersecurity leader in the world, and leading net zero transformation. So we've got about 60,000 employees worldwide, 5 billion of revenue, and we are very happy to be here together with AWS at re:Invent.
So I'm Mark Ross, the Global Chief Architect for AWS within OneCloud at Eviden. So I head up the team that does architecture and engineering of things that we co-create with AWS and then deliver to our customers.
So, Nicholas, why don't we get started? Eviden is a software delivery powerhouse. So, how important is process in your software engineering? Specifically about dev tools. What is the role that dev tools play in ensuring your delivery excellence?
Yeah, so as you mentioned, with decades of experience in application development and software development, it's true that delivery excellence is at the heart of our strategy. And with that said, this means that we need to ensure security, we need to ensure scalability, we need to ensure speed to deliver, especially in the cloud native environment where we are facing with new agile methodologies, and also consistency in what we do to make sure that we can replicate. And last but not least, reliability, because we need to test and make sure that everything that we provide is secure and ready to go for production. So all of this means that we need to have some streamlined process to make sure that we are able to develop new tools and new applications securely and very fast.
Awesome. So we are in the midst of a Gen AI storm. So, and a lot of that action is happening in the software engineering world. What is your take about how we are poised to leverage generative AI in software engineering? Should we be reimagining what we've done so far, how we do the software engineering practice and implementation?
Yeah, I think so. Generative AI is everywhere, and it's changing the way we are working. And it's worse for software development, but it's worse for many other topics, even in our day-to-day life. When it comes to software development, I think we need to still rely on the process and on the framework that we already have. Making sure that we divide the piece of work that we need to do, making sure that we have those processes that are already the guarantee of our success. Then here we can put some Gen AI into those pieces to make sure that we accelerate. And I was mentioning speed, agility, scalability, consistency. And here Gen AI will definitely help us to achieve those goals and be much more productive than we used to be before with those new solutions.
Awesome. So Mark, can I ask you, what are the solutions and offerings that Eviden is investing in order to ensure that your customers are leveraging your expertise in the right way?
Yeah, so from a cloud native application development point of view, we have our DevAssist solution. That is an end-to-end solution that helps increase developer productivity significantly, starting with the ingesting of user stories, which then auto-generates through the use of Bedrock, low-level design artifacts that would define the classes and methods for the given application, as well as auto-generating the code structure. So if you think about how much time people spend documenting things from a developer perspective, developer experience perspective, that's not something they want to spend all of their time doing. So things that can increase the speed of doing that and let them get on with the more interesting coding side of things, I think is really important. We then augment Bedrock with CodeWhisperer. So when Bedrock's created the framework of the application code, our developers then use CodeWhisperer to effectively fill in the blanks. And that increases productivity significantly as well as improves the developer experience.
Interesting. Can you expand a little more on how you are combining Bedrock, which is a generative AI service on AWS, and then you have CodeWhisperer, which is also a generative AI-based code generator, code companion. How are you combining both the tools to give the best possible experience to developers? Can you expand a little more on that?
Yeah, okay. So as I said, we use it extensively with documentation creation and initial application framework for the code within DevAssist for cloud native app development. But we also have another solution, our app modernization toolkit, that we use for refactoring applications. And there we ingest the existing application code into Bedrock. Bedrock then generates for us the user stories that need to be delivered by a future application that's refactored, test cases, and that sort of thing. And then we ingest that back into the DevAssist framework to then create low-level design artifacts, the code framework, and augment that with CodeWhisperer to actually define the code to deliver the applications that our customers desire. So we're able to use it in both the cloud native development as well as modernizing, refactoring, rewriting existing applications. And the power is amazing, really, because our developers can work on languages that they've got limited experience of. So, the problems that you see in the industry with people retiring from the industry and that knowledge of old application code going with them, solutions like Bedrock can really help to solve that problem and help our developers to move forward with rewriting those applications, because the understanding can be provided by Bedrock.
Yeah. So it's interesting that you mentioned code refactoring and application modernization, because those are, I think, the biggest use cases that people are dealing with in their cloud migration journey or even modernization journey. So does your solution address complex use cases such as a microservices breakdown?
Yeah.
Which is like a very typical problem that people face, talking about application modernization.
Yeah, absolutely. So through the power of Bedrock, we're ingesting the monolithic application code, and we learn a lot about the applications from the output that we get. So not only does it help us to write the user stories and test cases that we would need to test against to make sure that any decomposed application still meets the business requirements, but it also helps in defining which parts of the application to decompose first, because we get a graphical view of all of the application components and which ones communicate with each other, which is really important when deciding which parts of the puzzle to go at first. So, the low-hanging fruit with few connections between them, you would probably start with, and then move on to some of the more heavily integrated components later.
Awesome. I think it's fantastic that you're using Bedrock for really innovative use cases like this one. So have you had any success implementing this with any customers? Have you piloted this anywhere? Anything that you can share in terms of the actual outcomes that you're able to drive so far?
Yeah, of course. So what we've been doing is we've been piloting this just next to our modernization factory. So we built a modernization factory in India, just in the middle of our thousands of developers that are working there, because it's all about a developer experience. And so we've been piloting there with the entire cloud development journey. from the user story to the testing and the push to production. And what we've been seeing is a 30 to 40% improvement in time for the development of the full, full journey. Now with that, we start to use it as a pattern, and again, because it's in the middle of our migration factory, what we are starting to do is to present that and to propose that to every single customer that wants to modernize or start with a new application, greenfield or modernization, to make sure that we can propose the best solution for them.
So what is next? You've been here at reInvent and you've seen all the announcements that are made in the developer experience space with CodeWhisperer, with Amazon Q. What's your plans on leveraging those announcements?
Yeah, so our plans, as I was saying in the introduction, so we just signed a new collaboration agreement for the coming 5 years. And part of this collaboration agreement is to co-invest into some new innovative solution that we want to put on the marketplace for our customer. So it goes from a variety of solutions depending on the industry that we want to address and the technical solution that we want to address. It can be on security, it can be on code development, it can be on various topics. And to do that, we just announced at the same time that we will open a Generative AI innovation studio in Pune, in our location, in our facilities, just next to our modernization and migration factory, to make sure that we can co-innovate on those topics and to benefit the cloud experience and the development experience journey.
Well, really appreciate your partnership in driving software delivery excellence with AWS, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.